What's going on, guys? It's Cliffy here. Welcome to round 8 of Cliffy's Champions League. Things really starting to heat up. We don't have much longer left in the competition, so every win now is vital. We're going to jump straight into some games. Starting off first with the Royal Hiney taking on the Master Blasters. Top of the table clash. The winner of this will either stay top or the Royal Hiney will go top for the time being. Wicket takers do have a game left in hand, but let's go and get straight into it. So it is going to be the Hiney who are coming in. They're batting first. Now I am going to stick with just a 20% speed because it's something we talked about last video, and I think in 30% it just makes it hard to commentate on because things happen way too quick, especially if you get a flurry of runs, a flurry of wickets. You just can't go and keep up. So first wicket down was Lickley, gone to Sharkey, 28 off 24, and then Frost gone, Patterson for 7 off 10. Spriggs, the captain, 25 off 24 for him, went to Hess, caught by Quinton de Kock, and things, they're not looking too bad. Pretty even, I'd have to say, at the 20 over mark. It was 4 for 100. They did just lose, I believe it was Callis as well, to Sharkey for his second of the game. And it really does need a good partnership here from the Royal Hiney. Otherwise, they are going to be struggling a little bit. We've seen Ori go and pick up a couple. Sharky's picked up his third as well. So Ori got Lindsay first for 32 off 45. Then got Connor for a second ball duck. Sharky, as I said, picking up his third. Getting Crook for 20 off 40. And all of a sudden, a bit of a drama for the Royal Hiney here as their 8th has gone down. They've lost Harvey for 14 off 21. Run out by Quinton. And might even struggle to get a decent score on the board. I think 200 is still definitely gettable for the Royal Hiney here, and they should get 200. But anything above that, I think, is just going to be bonus. Champion, top score from the number 8 today. He has gone and just passed his 50. Finishes with 63, I believe. And 222 is the total that the Master Blasters are chasing to keep. I'm not sure if it's an unbeaten run. I believe it is. I think they've won. No, they must have lost one. I was going to say they got 9 points from 6 games, I believe. And Russell, he is just putting on a show here today. He has gone early, but 38 off 27 has really set the tone for the Master Blasters in this innings. But saying that, there have been a couple of wickets that have fallen very quickly. Quinton de Kock, 45 off 50, bowled by Wright. McIntyre gone for 5 off 5 to Callaway. And then Kieran Thu gone for 5 off 16 as well. But the thing that I think has separated these two teams has really been the aggression that some of the players have played with. Ravenhall gone for 5 off 21. Hasty, however, has gone and posted a 50. That's been at over a run of ball, but now gone for 57 off 50 to Wright. He picks up his third of the game. Time isn't going to be an issue here for the Master Blasters, but wickets in hand potentially could be. They do need a good partnership between these two at the bottom. Otherwise, we could be looking at a very close game. Patterson gone to Callis, 22 off 22, caught by Connor. But at the end of the day, the Master Blasters, they get up. Irie getting that man of the match. 44 not out off 56 and 2 for 27. Two very crucial wickets as well in the middle of the game that did change things around. The Master Blasters win again. The Royal Hiney will stay. Actually, they will drop down into 4th place. But the Master Blasters now on 11 points. And you'd have to say a top 4 position for them is basically guaranteed. Next, we have the Boundary Bashers taking on the Sharks. Two teams sitting just outside the top 4, and they will be looking to both go and get into that top 4 with a win here today. So let's go and let's get straight into it. It is the Sharks who are going to be batting first, and we've actually seen a maiden played out for, I believe that's the first time I've seen that in Cliffy's Champions League, a maiden in the very first over. So well done to Chiz for bowling that one there. But I was going to say a conservative start by the Sharks, and that has seen Turnbull's downfall for 7 off 25. Bray also gone for 25 off 26, bowled by Lowe. And Lowe has actually got his second of the afternoon. He's got Farnworth for 9 off 13. And things are going downhill quickly here for the Sharks, as Lowe has just got the ball on an absolute string. He's gone and got Cosmos for 27 off 34. And all of a sudden, heading in to the 25th over. 4 wickets down, 115 on the board for the Sharks. You're going to need a good partnership here with the middle and lower order just to go and really set themselves a chance of going and defending this. Captain Chiz has chipped in. He's got Dean for 31 off 34. Now Jay Pookie in and Cliff, obviously the two middle order masterclass players for the Sharks. Throughout these first 3 seasons. Just as I say that, I go and put the kiss of death on myself. Going for 51 off 73. Peter Darcy picking up that wicket with De Villiers getting the catch. But maybe it it still may be enough. It may have been enough of a good partnership that's put on between Cliff Dean and Jay Pookie. Pookie has gone and passed his 50 as well, and moving up towards 250, 242 was the end score. So that is definitely defendable in this situation here. Good hit by Pookie towards the end of the innings, and even Whelan, the wicketkeeper batsman, to go and get that score up around that 250 mark. We've seen Duff go early. He's gone LBW to Baxter for 14 off 21. And I think the Sharks just need to keep going here. Obviously, keep trying to go and peg back wickets. And that is going to be the easiest way that they'll be able to contain this Boundary Bashers side. It's funny to think that we are in round 8, and after this there are still quite a few games left to go. But how important is this game? Two teams that are sitting just outside the top 4 to see themselves go and get in there. Right, we have had a few wickets. I believe De Villiers was the first to go. I think he went for 26 off 39. Bowled Tahir. Then I think Jones went for a golden duck, 8-ball golden duck to Pookie. Tahir picked up his second. He got Darcy for 51 off 65. And then Captain Cliff has chipped in with Livingston 12 off 23. So it's been a little middle order collapse here, you would have to say, for the Boundary Bashers, but they're still going along quite nicely. Jay Pookie, middle order masterclass from the guy. He's got Ilya for 4 off 20. He then got Lowe for none off 3. Finished with 4 for 35 off his 10 overs, so an absolute masterclass innings. Thomas, in the meantime, he has gone and passed 50. Him and Chiz actually putting on a good partnership towards the end, but it wasn't enough. It sees the Sharks get up by 29 runs. Jay Pookie, you got to give him the man of the match. 66 not out off 70, which propelled them towards that decent score, and then 4 for 35 with the ball. Can't ask for much more from the kid. Doing an absolute wonderful job for the Sharks. So with that, we see momentarily the Sharks head into second place. The Boundary Bashers drop down 1 to 6th, but still in with a very good chance, obviously, of going and making the semi-finals. Next, we move on to the Bashing Bulldogs and the Shredders. Shredders, this is a good opportunity for them to cement their place inside the top 4, heading out of round 8. We'll have to see what happens. Bashing Bulldogs, on the other hand, a win for them will see them go up and be in with touching distance of the top 4 as well. So plenty to play for in this game here, and a good start that the Shredders have gone and got off to. Both players are playing with a strike rate of around 100 or just over 100 for the first part of the innings, but a nice wee 50 partnership that has been brought up and going along absolutely hummingly, you would have to say. But there has been a wicket. We've seen Dahinga run out to Bolton for 32 off 34, and the amount of wickets that seem to go down, run-outs to wicket keepers, is absolutely incredible. Kumar, he'll be happy with that, getting some runs on the board finally this season, the captain, 56 off 68, and then we saw Corp head down to Stark, clean bowled for 10 off 15 balls, and pretty even again at this stage, heading into the 30 over mark. 3 for 141. You know, it really could go either way. You just need a partnership between these two. You need a couple of wickets from the Bashing Bulldogs, and things are all on. You know, things can change just like that in an instant. And at the moment, the game does seem to be leaning more towards the Shredders because they have been able to put this partnership in the middle part of the innings. Another run out. This time, Bolton getting it again, the wicketkeeper. He's gotten 2 for 60 off 73. Illett, he's gone and passed 70 as well. He is really starting to strike it well towards this back end of the innings. He made 78 off 79, and Mitchell Stark got a caught and bowled towards the end of the innings, and I think it was about 260. That was the total that was set, so that's a very good total. Especially with the way that they have come out here and dismantled this Bashing Bulldogs top order. McLaren got Ashcroft first for 14 off 8, then Fisher went for 2 off 7. We then saw Bolton go for 15 off 12, and then Cameron go for 22 off 36. And the Bashing Bulldogs in all sorts of trouble chasing down this total, trying to get themselves in with a chance, obviously, as I said, of making it into that top 4. The Shredders, they'll be happy enough with this start. Earl's gone to McLaren for 27 off 38. 5 down already, half the side back in the shed very early on. And the Bashing Bulldogs, they are going to need a big partnership here to try and save this game. Bench Boys picked up his second for the game. 13 off 27. Tahinga having a bowl as well. Very, very rare that you'll see that, but he has gone, picked himself up a wicket. He's got Hesselgreave for 8 off 12, and things not looking good for the Bashing Bulldogs here. You can't imagine that they are going to go and get up in this situation, and it's all the part-timers that are going and picking up wickets. Illett, bit expensive. He went for 12 off his first over, but did manage to go and pick up a wicket, and I believe McLaren picked up one towards the end there too. So a big win for the Shredders, winning by 81 runs, and that is a big loss for the Bashing Bulldogs. It sees them slip down into 8th. We see the Shredders head to 2nd again momentarily. The wicket takers still need to play, and still some other games left to go in the round. Next up, wicket takers taking on the Snipers. Champions from Season 1 and Season 2. The Snipers haven't had it all their own way this season so far, and the wicket takers have surprised. Obviously, Wooden Spooners last year have come back strong this year and are up inside the top 4. Again, a win for them would see them jump up into 2nd place because of their superior net run rate, but they do have to get past the Snipers, which do, at the moment, almost have everything left to play for. A loss here today would almost see them crash out of the top 4 race. They've started off perfectly. You couldn't ask for too much more than that. Wade, he has been incredible in his first 3 overs. 2 for 7. Got Barnes first for 17 off 11, and then Warner for 1 off 5. But since then, Ellington and Romeo have gone and put on a good wee partnership until Wade came back in and got his 3rd. So he is absolutely killing at the moment. 39 off 35 for Ellington, and we have seen Romeo go to Dobbs for 34 off 40. Dobbs gets his 2nd as well. He gets Cameron for 12 off 28, and we have seen Hesselgreave gone very early on too. He's gone for 3 off 10, so things not looking too good for the wicket takers, as again we've seen a lot of collapses in this episode, so they are going to need a good partnership in the back end of this innings to go and get themselves up somewhere. I'm not too sure what Cook's doing. He's almost playing a test match innings. He was 9 off 48 heading into that over, but playing with a very low strike rate. But I guess just feeding the strike to Court, who has been doing his job. He's gone and past 50. Cook gone for 11 off 62. You wouldn't believe that. You wouldn't think you could strike that slowly in a one-day international, but they have gone, they've put a total on the board here, the wicket takers. They're heading up towards 200. I believe they did go and pass it in the end. Big finish to get to 211. So the Snipers will be looking to go and chase that down in quick, smart time so they can increase that net run rate. But again, they've lost some early wickets as well. They lost their captain Henry for 14 off 10. Then it was Lepaki's gone for 1 off 6. And then Clapperton for 1 off 7. And there has just been another one. Sampson has gone for, oh my god, this is just absolutely crazy, 29 off 34. Then it was Dale who went for 7 off 11 for his 5th, and then he also got Ray for none off 4, and then Cook has chipped in. He's kept him off the 10 wicket bag for 6 off 12 for Philippe. And what an absolute calamitous collapse for the Snipers. Cam Allen, 8 overs, 6 wickets for 26 runs. Absolutely incredible. And you'd have to say, even at this early stage of the game, it is basically game over for the Snipers. Hesselgreaves chipped in as well. He's got Bennett for 16 off 30. A wee partnership is being put together by these guys, but at the end of the day, probably not going to be enough. Will we see Allen come back towards the back end of the innings and possibly look to go and try and take that 7th or even 8th wicket if he does get a chance? Muscat has gone and past 50. Dobbs has gone and past 50 as well. Both those players probably looking for a raise in the batting order, but they've been really the only, I would say the only survivors in this. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. The only survivors in this game. And the Snipers looked absolutely dead and buried in that game. But they've somehow managed to come back, tie the game. And that is heartbreaking for Allen. 7 for 33. Best figures we have seen ever in Cliffy's Champions League. So well done to him for picking up that. Dobbs, what an innings he's played as well. 70 not out off 83. Managed to get them up. Matches tied, 1 point each. Not really ideal for either team, especially the Snipers. They would have been looking for both points. The wicket takers, however, they do move up into 3rd position. And the final game of the round sees the 2 teams at the bottom of the table now. The Vikings taking on the Wolfpack. And again, a win really needed for these guys. They are 4 points behind the top 4. So plenty of work left to do. But a win here today will go a long way to cementing that top 4 place. Let's go and get straight into it. It is the Vikings who are starting us off here with the bat. Zeeble has gone and picked up Perkins very early on in his first over for 9 off 7. And we have just gone and seen Bath go for 4 off 11 LBW to Taylor. So things not looking too good here for the Vikings at the moment. Roberts gone to wildcard Mitchell Johnson for 6 off 9. Illingworth was the same. He's had a horrid run with the bat as of late. He's gone for a 9-ball duck. And then Spearman run out as well for none. Or actually run out for a golden duck. Thompson, in the meantime, he is really the linchpin, the anchor of this side. He's going along, striking at over 100. He's moved into the 70s, I should say. But he is really the only shining light for the Vikings in this game here. And they are going to need a big push and a big partnership in this last 20 overs if they are going to put a competitive total on the board for the Wolfpack to chase down. But started to slow down now a little bit, Thompson. However, he has just gone and picked himself up 100, so well done to him. Court has gone and eventually got him for 101 off 114, and the other Thompson, Jay Thompson, has gone for 34 off 67 to Smart. So a good innings played by both players to go and get them into a semi-respectable total. I mean, there's over 200 on the board now, so you'd imagine that it is going to be 225 is the total that is going to be chased here by the Wolfpack. And if today is anything to go by, we can't take anything for granted. Anything could happen. We could potentially see an absolute calamitous collapse. We do just have to go and wait and see. We've seen 2 early wickets, both of them going to Spearman. The first one, Everson, for 21 off 11, and then Morris for 6 off 10. Jay Thompson has gone and picked up Vanderberg for 16 off 18, and Cook has been run out by Roberts for 31 off 38. So things not looking good for the Wolfpack. They've lost another couple. They've lost Taylor first run out to Ronke, and then they've lost Johnson, bowled by Westwood, for 6 off 4. So really do need a big push here again, the Wolfpack. Remember, 225. I want to say that obviously both the Vikings and the Snipers were in a similar situation to this, and both of them came back post-competitive totals. Obviously the Snipers tying that game with wicket takers, but we will have to wait and see what happens. 15 overs left to go, 70 runs needed, so it's not the end of the world, but it could be now. We've seen the last recognised batsman, Griffin, gone to Wilkinson for 56 off 78, and I think it may just be a bridge too long to go and try and pick this up. Illingworth doing the job with the hands, I guess you would say. He's gone and got a couple of catches. Caught, and oh man, we missed it. We missed the end. But anyway, Court was gone to Roberts for 37 off 65, and then Wilkinson picked up the last 2. He finished with 3 on the day. Got Bernard and Zeeble very, very cheap. But that does mean the Vikings win by 13 runs. They move up to 7th on the table. As I said, still not out of the top 4 place, but still a lot of work left to do. Anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap things up here. Do hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please remember to leave a like. If you are new, please do subscribe. Make sure you check out my Facebook and Twitter links. That can be found down below in the description. Hope you had a good weekend, and make sure you tune in tomorrow. We've got more Don Bradman, My Career, coming your guys' way. Make sure you do not miss that.